Hey there! Got Firearm Fury. Got this 458 Socom here. I know it looks like just regular AR-15, but instead of shooting a 55 grain bullet, it's shooting a 500 grain bullet. That's over an ounce, in case you're wondering. Shoots it out of an AR-15 platform. Pretty crazy, and it's a pretty awesome gun. You know, you say, well, doesn't the 300 Blackout do the same thing? No, 300 Blackout doesn't do the same thing. A 300 Blackout is subsonic, just like this 458 SOCOM can be, but instead of shooting a 500 grain bullet, an almost 50 caliber diameter, it's 0.458 diameter, same as the 4570 diameter. Well, the 300 Blackout is shooting a 230 grain bullet, so a little less than half the weight of this in 30 caliber diameter. So this is a much bigger bullet going the same speed, same subsonic speed as a 300 Blackout in the same package. The only difference is the lower receiver on the 458 has a larger ejection port than the 300 Blackout because the brass is much larger. So essentially can be in the exact same platform, subsonic, and you can shoot it supersonic as well with a bullet.
So bottom line, you've got a larger bullet, same package, going roughly the same velocity. Therefore, you've got about double the amount of energy.
Now, I wanted to see how far this would penetrate. So here in this next clip, I've got 4 milk jugs with sand lined up. Each milk jug is about 6 inches. So it's a total about 24 inches, 2 feet that it can travel through. I just kind of wanted to see how far it would penetrate. I was wondering if it was going to tumble and how far it would penetrate. So watch this next clip to see how it does. Alright, see, these are some different loads, but they're going just about the same speed. We're going to put one in those milk jugs full of sand and see what the results are. Alright, this is what it looks like. So these must have been either 9 or 223. I was shooting some of that today. But this is the 458 SOCOM hole. Right there, just a little low of center. Come over here, looks like it exited right there. And the entry hole's right there. Now these are about 6 inches deep. So went through 6 inches so far. Holy cow. And we come to the second. And sure enough, it exited right there. And it stopped right there. Now, if you haven't watched my other 458 SOCOM videos, go ahead and check those out. But what this is a 500 grain cast and powder coated bullet. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Now, all that's in here, these milk jugs, it's just sand. So look at that thing. I mean, it's still in like prime condition. It didn't really mushroom or anything, and it went through 12 inches of sand almost exactly. So I don't know if it started to tumble or what. But I mean, other than a few little dents on it, it's pretty good condition. Most of the powder coat is wore off, but there's still some there on the back. Anyway, a little dented, but that's it, and it went through 12 inches of sand. So not sure how that compares to like flesh or whatever in a hunting application, but that's what it did here. And then you can see it just tipped that last one over just from the sheer energy that it transferred. And on the back of this one, it looks like either a 223 or 9mm went through that. And then looks like, and then that 9 hit right there. And here's the 9. So 9 went through about 6 inches of sand again. It's just a powder coated. This is 150 grain 9mm subsonic. I've done a bunch of videos on that. Go check those out as well. So there you go. There's just a few bullets to look at. Not often you find these bullets, so kind of interesting. All right, 458 Socom. Add some water jugs. I've got 3 milk jugs down there and then a gallon-sized container full of water. It's not quite as thick, probably about 3 or 4 inches thick. Milk jugs are about 6 inches thick. Hopefully we can't hit one in the center and see what it does to water. Alright, this is what it looks like coming up to it. Let's see if we can't determine what happened. Looked like I hit right there. Not the best shot, high left. Right there. And then this was next in line. It got pretty well destroyed. Looks like it was like that. Got the hit right there. And then this one I shot once actually before, and I drained some of the water. Anyway, obviously tipped that one over. So it went through 3. I wish I would have hit a better shot, but I mean, that thing is just gonna penetrate forever, it seems like. So anyhow, that's that little experiment.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed.